7 o'clock in the morning. What a beautiful day. Down at Morton Shore. It's looking out over the Wirral. Morton Lighthouse. Right in the distance there's Liverpool. Mersey's over there. And the Irish Sea. What a beautiful day. Oh, beautiful morning I should say. Nobody in sight. Just how I like it. You know what? Sometimes I think we don't know what we've got here on the Wirral. Just looking in there. Looking inland. It's lovely to walk along the path and see the wildlife and the colour in the banks. Continuing our walk towards Mells. Looking inland. It's the Lingham Estate. Just over there, don't you can quite see it. It's a Mill House Estate. Looking back towards Liverpool and Morton Shore. The better view inland of the Lingham Estate. I'll just say the colour. I don't know what these bushes are called, but no doubt somebody will tell me. Beautiful. The train from West Kirby to Liverpool. Just passing in the distance there. I don't know if you can see it on the video. That's where we're heading up there, where the white building is, and you can see there the white lampstands. That smells Promenade. Say we walk from the lighthouse. This place here is called Barebow Bank. Well, this is where there's a camp, and this is how our family ended up over here from Liverpool. Because many years ago it just used to be full of marquees, and my granddad had a marquee on this site, and my dad and all his brothers, they used to come over from Liverpool on the boat and walk right round the coast from Seacombe Ferry or New Brighton, whichever one, and get here. And on being over here, they just fell in love with the place and bought property over here. This is the camp now. Long gone are the marquees and the tents. It's just holiday homes now and caravans. We're not far from my destination now. We've now dropped down into the sandhills. These are the sandhills of Mells. Get up to the house here, back onto the prom and walk back to Morton. Just approaching Mells Promenade. There's the Coast Guard building looking out over. I don't know where we'd be without them people. I don't know. Looking back. We've got to go back that way now, but what we'll do, we'll walk along the actual promenade down by the beach. Well, we've reached as far as we're going to go, and we're going to head back towards Morton now. this is Mel's promenade, and as you can see, we were only on the other side of the embankment walking this way. We're going to walk back now. Okay. So beautiful down here, especially this time of the morning. You don't see many people, a few people walking, a few people on their bikes riding along the promenade. You can just see Sefton and Bootle in the distance. Such a lovely walk back. Alfie's enjoying himself. He's filthy. I'm going to get in trouble. So get up to that bend there, you'll be able to see Morton in the distance. Mel's back there now. I don't know if you can see him, but there are all the wind farms in the distance there, out at sea. It's coming up to the bend. We'll see Morton just as we get round it. It's going around the bend. Show you where we come from. I wouldn't like to have been sailing on that. Whoever's captain, that wasn't very good, was he? Alfie's going down to have a look. Somebody out for a jog in the morning. And Alfie thinks he's with him. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that sky. Not 8 o'clock yet. Cyclists all enjoying the morning. More cyclists along the beach. Come here, Alfie. I don't like the dog not doing as he... I often think how lucky we are living here, and how fortunate we are in our council. Had the foresight years ago in the 50s, 60s to build this embankment. The embankment might have been here before that date, by the way, but I remember them reinforcing it. You know, because a lot of the land just on the other side of there is below sea level. I wouldn't say it's necessarily below, well, I think it is below sea level, because years ago it used to flood like mad in the early 20s and 30s. But now, I think we've been very, very lucky anyway. I mean, they've got these things here. They're like, as the waves come in, they're designed, I think, to break them up and make them not as severe when they actually hit the promenade. But this goes all the way up to Liso, or more or less New Brighton, to Mel's. It looks to me as if the tide's just starting to come in. As you can see the sandbanks there, but you can see the water rushing down as it's coming round the sandbanks, and eventually it'll be right all over there, right up to this promenade here. See it just coming round from the Irish Sea and the Mersey there. You actually wouldn't believe how strong the current is. I remember years ago when I was a child up in Hoylake, there was a slipway there, and it was only about 3 or 4 inches of water, and it took me right off my feet. And how dangerous it is. People don't realise how dangerous it is. I always think it's nice to listen to the early morning sounds of the birds. I don't know if you can hear them in the background, all sitting there on the sandbanks. Morton Lighthouse, I don't know what year it was built, I'm no expert on that, but it's no longer in use. Obviously they don't use them nowadays, but it's still there, and there's an association looking after it. The Wirral Peninsula, as it says on there, the Wirral Peninsula is a haven of award-winning coast, countryside, wildlife, culture, art, theatre and heritage. It nestles between the River Mersey and the River Dee, and is just a short hop from Liverpool and Chester. Wirral is a perfect place for a short break. It provides visitors with scenic walks and cycle routes, picturesque villages and quality accommodation, championship golf course, beautiful parks and garden villages, and a fantastic place to eat. And that is true. I mean, we're just 10 minutes from Liverpool. City, it's got everything. And also we have got the Royal Liverpool in Hoylake, where we get the Open. Good boy. You just stay there, do as you're told, That's a good boy. Well, we're back at the lighthouse. I don't know if you can see my van there in the distance. And we're just walking a little bit on so we actually get to Morton Shore. I don't know if you can see how fast that tide is coming in. You can actually see that. I don't know if you can see the seagulls over there on the water. Ooh, they're half shifting. It'll soon cover that sandbank. We're now not far from our start point where we started off this morning. There's my van there in the distance, and we're just going to that white hut there where the coast guards are. Just there on the horizon, you can just see the Liverpool waterfront. You can see the cathedrals just the top of the liver birds. We're just walking up to this coast guard hut now, and then we walk back around to the van, this is Morton Shore. Right, we've reached Morton Shore, which is known as Leasowe Common. You'd be surprised how many people come here on a hot summer's day. They get the train over from Liverpool, and they bring their tents and they have their picnics, and they're down there on the common. The train's just up the road there, so it doesn't take them 10 minutes to get across. In the distance there, I don't know if you can see it, is a place called Leasowe Castle, which apparently was built to watch sand racing, horse racing along the sand many years ago. How true that is, I really don't know. But anyway, I'm here, back to the van. This is where the lifeguards are sitting here, looking out. Tell you what, without these guys, I don't know what we'd do. I hope the cuts never ever affect these, because we're amazing how many people are stupid and walk out into that sea. As you can see, there's Leasowe Lighthouse. I walked from the lighthouse down to Mel's Beach by the HMS Coast Guard, which I showed you, and I walked along that red line down on this side of the embankment. On the way back I walked right along the embankment, along the prom, right back up just past the lighthouse where it says Morton Slipway, back down, back onto the common, and I'm going back to my van. Well, we're nearly there. Alf, back on the common. Only got to go across there, mate, and we've had a lovely walk this morning, haven't we? This walk we've just completed, me and Alfie, it's took us just near on an hour and a half there and back. He's only a young dog, he's only 2 years old, so it's that much fun. He's still full of life, and still, look, he's still wanting to carry on. But we've reached the end now, and we're back to our van. Come on, Alf, back at the van. Come on, Alfie. I don't think I'm going to be very popular when I get home, because he is actually filthy, and he's going to have to go in the shower, and his mum is not going to be happy with me. Come on, where are you? Oh, there he is. Just look at the state of him.